Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. Good morning. Brad took Claire to the grocery store and Alex is napping, so I thought I would get on and do some stamping with you guys because after all, I always need to have more cards in my stash. So anytime I'm cutting for a class or anything, I like to cut extras so that one, I can share them with all of you guys here live, but two, I can add cards to my stash because I send out a lot of cards and therefore use a lot of cards. You know it's my me time when I have a soda to drink because I need that caffeine and I need to just relax and chill. Okay, so the one card that I really wanted to share with you guys is this one here. I'm always needing birthday cards. My family is huge. My dad is one of 10, and so then they all have wives and kids, and then their kids have husbands and wives and kids, and so yeah, there's like over 80 of us just on my dad's side of the family. So that's not including Brad's family and my mom's side of the family. So I send out a lot of birthday cards, and of course to friends and everything too. So this is a super cute birthday card, and would you be surprised to know that this actually uses the Penguin Playmates Sale-A-Bration paper? But how would you even know? So if you're looking at the Penguin Playmates and thinking, I'm not a huge fan of the penguins, or that's only a holiday paper and I already have my holiday cards planned out, then this paper is still for you because look how cute it is. So you'll see that I used the stripes and the dots, but the back side is actually all of that wintry penguin Christmassy sort of look. But I'm not using that side. I'm using the other side, which is why I absolutely love Stampin' Up's designer paper. Like, there's always that other side, like it's super, Halloween, but the back side is black and white polka dots. You can use black and white polka dots all the time. And just like you can use these stripes and dots all the time. So let's get started. It looks like I have a mishmash of a whole bunch of cards here. So we shall see. I also used the sweet ice cream, but you could really do this card with either just a greeting stamp set. You could also do it with like some cute flowers. You could do it however you wish. But I went ahead and I used the sweet ice cream stamp set and the coordinating punch to get that super cute ice cream cone popped up right here. So this almost looks like it is a card that like flips open like that, but it actually isn't. It's just a regular card, and I just have designer paper and solid cardstock. So we're going to go ahead and fold all of our card bases, and they are Misty Moonlight. So Misty Moonlight card base, and the card base measures 8.5 by 5.5. Doing this will kind of give me an idea of how many of these cards I'm actually making today. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday? I think the rain is officially over for the week, which is exciting. And it is chilly out. Like, we stepped outside and brr, it is cold. Like the I need a light jacket sort of chilly. It's crazy. I get memories on my Facebook, but I also get memories on my Google Photos from like a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it might be. And so I'm always like flipping through those pictures and stuff. And we moved, or we actually like, we settled on our house on the 28th, and then we moved after that. So like I'm seeing all these pictures from 2 years ago where like we have boxes and everything at our old place, and of course Claire is little Claire and, you know, and everything. But it's just so weird. Like, it'll show me 1 year ago, and Claire will be wearing a light jacket and pants. And then it'll show 2 years ago, and she's wearing a sun hat and a little romper with, you know, like sleeveless and everything else. And I'm just like, yep, that's Illinois for you. You just never know what the fall is going to be. So it's crazy. Okay, I think that's all of them. So it looks like we're making 3, 6, 7, 8 cards. Hopefully I can get all of those done before the baby wakes or the other one comes home. So we're just going to add, this is soft sea foam, and I'm just going to add this to the one end of the card. And then the polka dots, I'm going to add to the other end. And these are actually not half and half. So you can see that the cardstock is bigger than the designer paper. You could always do them as half and half, or you could do them even bigger. You could do the cardstock bigger than the designer paper to get more mileage with your designer paper, or vice versa. So I have my soft sea foam is 2 3/4 by 4, and the designer paper is 4 by 2.5. So you can see there's that extra quarter on the cardstock than there is on the designer series paper. But if that like makes you feel wonky because the one, like, you know, it doesn't look even, then you could always even those out and everything, and that would be no problem at all. And you could also flip-flop it too. You could do your designer paper on the right and the cardstock on the left. You could really kind of play with that however you wish. I'll do one going both ways just because I can, and I want to mix it up a little bit. So I kind of do like a little from the left and a little from the right, and then meet in the middle. Just because I find like if I did it, I mean, there's only 2 sheets with this, so it's a little bit easier to do that. But I just find that I prefer that middle gap to be different than the sides because there's only one middle gap and there's 2 sides. So if my sides look off, then I feel like it's more noticeable. So that's kind of where I like do my guide, is that all the way around it looks even if the middle crack is, you know, skinnier or thicker or, you know, whatever that might be. Is everyone having a fabulous Wednesday? Is this week going by fast or slow for you? I always find it so weird that, you know, obviously the week goes by the same every single week. There's no change in the clock or anything each week. But I just find it so weird that like some weeks fly by and other weeks not so much. See, like that one, there's like hardly any center, like center crack, but that's okay. Each of these is going to be just a little different, and hopefully the same person's not getting 2 of these. I typically don't have enough cards that they last over a year to where I have to worry about the person getting the same card. Now, one of the things that I do sometimes worry, and it's probably super silly, is did I send 2 people in the same family the same card? Because then I'm like, they might be like, this is the only card she has. And that's not always the case either. So now it's like I'm playing, that's the right size. Yeah. I feel like I can't find all the pieces. It's like Jenga or a puzzle or something. How many of you guys like to do puzzles? We always did them whenever I was younger. We did them in the winter time, but I didn't usually do them. It was mostly my sister, but I was a little bit younger at that time too, so I kind of think that might be why. And big puzzles, I think, kind of overwhelm me. Like, I feel like I need to do it all at the same time. And I almost feel like I wouldn't be able to let somebody help me because then they would mess up my thought process or my sorting or something like that. But I will say, as a kid, and Brad laughs at me all the time about this, I always wanted to play puzzle races with my siblings where we would put together like 20-piece puzzles or something. And he's like, that's not a game. And I'm like, it was the greatest thing ever. Like, you know, we would do My Little Pony puzzle and stuff like that. Okay, I'm not finding more designer paper. So I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to move on to the focal point. And hopefully I'll find the rest of the designer paper for the rest of those cards here in a little bit. Okay, so then I just have another little layer. And this pulls back in that Misty Moonlight. This one is, the Misty Moonlight measures 2 3/4 by 2, or 3 3/4. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then, of course, the designer paper is just a quarter in. So it is 2.5 by 3.5. And that is my focal point. I didn't actually put that up on dimensionals because I put the little greeting tag up on dimensionals. So this is just going to go right there in the center of my card. So yeah, let me know if you guys like puzzles, if you think I'm crazy to want to do puzzle races with my siblings. They kind of thought I was crazy, I think, because I usually had to beg them for it. I remember I always wanted, like, I love playing games, like board games and stuff. And I always wanted to play games. And I remember that I forfeited, all of mine are almost out. I forfeited it was either all or half of the meringue on my meringue pie just to get my sister to play a game with me later. And I really like meringue. Brad says it's gross. Do you guys like lemon meringue pie? I'm not a huge fan of like coconut cream. And that one's out too. Because I don't like coconut and I also don't like banana, but I love a good lemon meringue pie. I don't know that I've ever made one. Oh goodness, today's the day that I'm going to go through all my adhesive because they're all like half out. So yeah, let me know if you like puzzle races or if you like lemon meringue pie or what kind of cream pie you might like. I would say I'm more a foo-foo pie person than I am a fruit pie person because really the only fruit that I like is apple, and so I prefer like other foo-foo-y pies like peanut butter pie, lemon meringue pie. Trying to think of all the different pies. Pecan pie is a little intense. I am fine with just a bite. Pumpkin pie, I do like pumpkin pie. It's so weird to see these like opposite, because I'm like, whoa, like that's wrong. But yeah, it's just the same card, just opposite placement of the designer paper and the card stock. Okay. So now it's time for the fronts and the stamping. So I did Treat Yourself on the front of the card, and I did Happy Birthday on the inside. And both of those were stamped in Misty Moonlight. So I have all these little labels, and these labels are from the scalloped contour dies. I love them because they're just so fabulous. Like, look at that detail. There's like a little dot in every like corner scallop, and then there's a dot in the middle, and then a line. And the line actually, like, it busts through. Like, it's like a full line. So, but it's like a mini line, and then a dot, and then a mini line, and then a dot. But then the long one is a full line. Like, I don't even know if you can tell. But it just adds so much extra to it. So you can see it a little bit there. So I'm doing the treat yourself on the right-hand side. I already forgot how many I'm doing. Wasn't there like 8 or something? Although I feel like I'm like slowly running out of more and more stuff as I go along. So, oh, here's another one. So I have like bits and pieces of 8 different cards. Okay. Well, I only have 7 of these, so off we go to the races, and we'll see how it goes. Then on the inside, I'm going to stamp that happy birthday. So some of them I like to stamp in the center, and other ones I like to stamp down in the corner. Maybe I'm going to do this corner. I don't know. This one's so big, I feel like it needs to be up high and not down low. And this card is a landscape card. So I do need to make sure that I'm stamping these all landscape and not portrait. I think we're going to be done with this color now. So now we have our ice cream. So I have the cone and the ice cream, and I'm actually going to get out the dots, not the sprinkles, but the dots. Ooh, and I need the little cone piece. But these little dots, let me show you again on here. There's sprinkles and then there's dots. And what is that? I think it's a drip. Like an ice cream drip, I guess. But I'm going to use the dots. And I'm just going to decorate the inside of the card a little bit more with that soft seafoam. Just to pull in a little bit more of that color and decorate. So these two are going to be done in the cinnamon cider. And I'm going to do the top in the soft seafoam as well as a little bit on the inside. And then looking at the punch like this, I want to stamp my, so we're going to do it upside down. So I want to stamp my image. I could either stamp it here. So I want to always be stamping it sideways so that I can go through. So we're just going to take this and we're going to do 8 of them, I think, even though it might be 7, it might be 6. And there's supposed to be that like weird texture center. So that's just to give the ice cream a little bit of texture. It's not like a defect in the stamp. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, 7. We're going to do a few on this one just in case one of them doesn't come out correctly. And of course, because I did it like that, I'm sure they're all going to come out perfect because I did extras. Because it never fails. It's like whenever you put it all away and everything, then that's whenever you mess up. Whenever you account for that and have extras, then you don't mess up. So I'm just adding a few little dots and sprinkles on opposing corners. Just kind of pulls in a little bit more color and fun. So I'm actually like stamping down and then stamping like side to side just to sort of like fill in and give a little sprinkle effect of light and dark shades. You can hardly see that second and third one, but that's okay. And this one, I think I might just do like down the edge of the card just to fill in down there. I might actually do one little stamp on the opposing end just so it looks like it's like going all the way across. How cute is that? Super, super fabulous. Okay, so now we're done with the soft seafoam. And I'm just going to punch all of these out. I was like, we're going backwards. I'm going to have to do this with my left hand, which I don't normally do. So I'm holding my punch upside down with my stamped image. And I'm using my right hand as like a guide, and you can see like I kind of rest it here so that I'm holding it in. So I'm resting my thumb here on top on the edge to hold it in place. And I'm also resting my fingers, so my thumb and my fingers, and I've slightly like clamped down on it to hold it in place while I show that. So that I'm holding in place. And then I just lightly clamp down, and then if you do need both hands to clamp down, then you can then move your hand over here and punch. And then we're gonna push this through some more. And line it up there with my hands as a guide, clamp down enough to hold it, and then I can punch with both fingers, or both hands. Slide it in. And now I'm going to take it the other way and line it up because there's more on this side. And so, oh, that looks so weird. It almost looks like Mickey ears, and then like the round face, and then like that's like his shoulders. Okay, maybe I'm crazy, but that's okay. And then we have these two, and I'm just going to snip that off. Slide this one in from the top. Snip that off and slide it in again. Okay, so I think we should have all of, like this totally looks like Mickey ears. I know Mickey doesn't have like a third ear on the top, but like, tell me that doesn't look like Mickey ears upside down, but it's ice cream right side up. Okay, let's assemble some of these pieces to get them inside our card so we can start to see it come together. Super, super cute. I will say there's so many really cute greetings that kind of say like, sorry, I was late. And I really need to make some of those because I feel like my cards are either early or late. So if your birthday is at the first of the month, it's almost always going to be late because I turn the calendar and I go, whoops. So if your birthday is within the first 5 days of the month, you're probably going to get a late birthday card. But I don't know, like I get like on top of it and then I get behind and it's just a vicious circle. So like yesterday was my nephew's birthday and I hadn't gotten his card sent out yet. So his went in the mail yesterday. Luckily he doesn't live very far away, so hopefully he'll get his card today. Keep the celebration going. But his sister's birthday is next week, and I sent hers out too. So she's going to get her birthday card early. He's going to get his late. It's just the way it goes. Okay, these I actually put on with dimensionals. And I have a whole mess of partially used sheets of dimensionals. So Facebook totally like redid, as they always do, the way the lives show up. And so I'm not so sure I'm seeing comments because they put them in a different spot. And I don't know where they are. So that's up on dimensionals. So if you're commenting and like trying to have a conversation with me and I'm not seeing them, then I apologize. Of course, I'll always respond afterwards. And if y'all are just being quiet, then give me a shout out. Or are we sleepy this morning? But they moved it. My comments used to be on the left-hand side, and they're not there anymore, so I don't know. Technology, love-hate relationship. Sorry, Brad is on his way to Target, and I place orders on Target. So it's on my phone to say, yes, I'm coming. And so he always has to tell them I'm coming, and then I say I'm on my way, and yeah. I absolutely love pickup, though. I haven't been inside Target. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I would say I don't spend as much. But yeah, I haven't actually been into Target since before Alex was born, and he's 6 months. The only bad thing that I've come across is I have gotten lotion before, and I can't say I've found one that I like to where I can just repeat buy it. And you're risking the smell factor. Like, because I can't smell it, then I'm like, I don't know, is that one going to smell good or not? And it's kind of been miss more than hit. Peeling off the backs of dimensionals would almost make me think that I wouldn't want to do as many dimensionals as I do, but it's not the case. Still love my dimensionals. The one good thing is Brad almost always parks in spot number 4. So If I just said he was in spot 4, I would probably be good if I was like busy and couldn't actually watch. Okay, so now it's ice cream time. And of course, now I have an extra one of these. What in the world? And I've already peeled the backs off. I need to set this somewhere that it's not going to stick to something. How about there? Okay, so we have our ice cream tops. Now we just need our ice cream bottoms. And that's here. So let's look at our punch and see how it needs to be. So we're going to kind of like line it up in there. And I have my triangle cone. And this one I'm actually going to stamp off once. We're just going to use this scrap piece of paper to stamp off once, because I'm going to add like the crisscross piece, and that is going to be stamped in full strength. So there's my little like ice cream cones. And then now it's a waffle cone. This one I think I'm going to have to like do a few, trim off the extra, do a few more. But I actually don't know. What's the best way to save paper? Okay, we're going to try it this way. See if I can save paper. Okay, and you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she went way too short on this. So this one is really short, and I can't use my fingers to stick it in because it goes in too far. So I just added a little dab of adhesive to this scrap piece, and then I'm going to use that as my handle. Okay, so now I have 3 little cones. And these I actually added, so there is this little piece that I'm just going to peel off the back there. I just added these with regular adhesive because the greeting is already like popped up. And this just kind of goes diagonal right there. And if you want, like if your ice cream is hanging off quite a bit on the top, then you can simply like slide a little dimensional underneath so that your ice cream doesn't like go underneath or anything like that. And we of course have to add some jewels. These are the Playing with Patterns resin dots. And just gonna add a few all over. So I did 2 on the greeting and then 1 up top. Let's see what spot he's in. Yep, he's in spot 4, as always. And then screenshot the code and send it. All good. Okay, so there's 1 card down. Oh, I had a dimensional back go up into my adhesive. And if you want, you can also put a little dimensional up towards the top and then just sort of hook it over the greeting. And we'll just add, we'll do little dots since I have more little dots than I do big dots left. So that one I just kind of have all around the greeting. And this one, there's like a little extra foofy from the punch. So I'm just going to trim that. I felt like it looked extra wide or something. It does help to actually take the back off of the dimensional after you put it on. This would make a really cute baby card, actually, for either gender. So that would be super cute. So this is the final card. Like I said, each one kind of looks a little different, whether you have the designer paper on the left or the right, whether you have the little jewels or the resin dots on the greeting or all over the card, like I did with this one. And then that fabulous little happy birthday on the inside. So super, super cute. I'm going to go ahead and finish out the rest of them and cut the additional pieces that I need for those last one or two, whatever it might be. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it gave you some inspiration for how to use the Penguin Playmates designer paper all year long. You don't have to use it just for wintertime or the holidays, or if perhaps you live in an area that doesn't get snow or have penguins and polar bears, then you can always use the back side of this designer paper to make fabulous cards like these for any occasion all throughout the year. Don't forget that celebration ends on September 30th, so we have 8 more days to be able to get that fabulous celebration freebie. This is the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper. It is a 12 by 12 Designer Series paper, and you can get that pack for free when you place an order of $50 or more. And that's increments of $50 gets you another celebration item, so you can get as many celebration items as you wish. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe and stay healthy. I appreciate you guys so much and love chatting with you and stamping together. Have a great day. Bye-bye.